Hello, boys and girls. I'm hoping this is recording. This is my first attempt on Zoom to record. I'm just double checking. It says it's recording. This is Sadie, and we're going to be reading about Sadie today. And this one right here is Copper, which you can't see very well, but he'll be popping up his head every now and then so that you can see him. He's a big dog. Copper, can you say hi? Yep. Well, not right now. He's not going to say hi. There you are. You're going to back up and say hi to everybody? And say hi. Oh, he turned his head away. So we're going to be reading a story more about Sadie than about Copper. And the name of my book is Walter the Farting Dog, which is a problem that Sadie right here has. So we're going to read about Sadie, but this dog is called Walter. So I'll open it up. The book is by William Coswinkle and Glenn Murray and is illustrated by Audrey Coleman. And I'll show you the cover again as Sadie gets settled. There we go. It was on the New York Times bestseller. So we'll read about Walter, the farting dog. Betty and Billy brought Walter home from the dog pound. Nobody wanted him, said Billy. But we love him, said Betty. Well, he smells awful, said their mother. I think you better give him a bath. And there we are, the picture. And yes, I did give Sadie a bath. I tried that. Mother walked in and said, he still smells awful. And that's when they got the first clue. The telltale bubbles in the water. He's probably just a little nervous, said Mother hopefully. His stomach must be upset. But Walter's stomach wasn't upset. Walter's stomach was fine. He felt perfectly normal. He just farted a lot. Go so you can see the picture in the bathtub. You see it, Sadie? Okay, let's read the next page. He did it when he bathed. He did it when he played with Betty and Billy. He did it when he walked around the house. He did it in the dining room and the kitchen. And he also did it when he slept. Do you want to come hear the story, Copper? That dog barks morning, noon, and night, said Father. He can't help it, Daddy, said Betty and Billy. They didn't mind Walter's farts. So what if he farts, Billy said to Betty when they were alone in the room with Walter. Betty agreed. Walter agreed too. He sat there looking innocently around. Take him to the vet, said Father. And here we'll look at the pictures. You want to see the pictures too, Copper? Do you see the pictures? Okay. You want to come up and listen? Go ahead, come on up. You coming up? Okay, slip over, Sadie. Copper wants to hear the story too. Farting, said the vet, or rectal flatulence. See, flatulence, as we say in the medical profession, and prescribed a change in diet. So the big fancy word is flatulence. And here is the doctor. And of course, you can see what's coming out of Walter. Oh, come on. I'm not leaving you out. Come on. Get over here, Walter. So they can see you too. There you go. Come on. You can get up here. Any other time you'd want to get up. All right. They gave Walter every kind of dog food. He farted. They tried him on cat food. He farted. They gave him hot dogs, hamburgers, lettuce, tomatoes, chicken, sandwiches, even fried chicken. They gave him rabbit food, and they made him a vegetarian. No matter what that dog eats, he turns it into parts, said Father. Okay, I'm turning the page. Hold on. Yep. I know you want to eat too. Walter got the blame for everybody else's farts too. If Uncle Irv let one slip, he just went and stood near Walter. Then all he would say is, Walter! And everybody would look at poor Walter. Someone else blaming poor Walter for the fart that wasn't his. There we go. Let's see what happens next. He has to go back to the pound, said Father. No, Daddy, please, begged Betty and Billy. Don't send Walter away. He goes tomorrow, said Father. They pleaded. Walter, you know what Walter did. Walter. It was all over. That night, Betty and Billy cried in their beds, and Walter looked at them unhappily. Oh, Walter, said Betty, you've got to start farting. Because Father is going to send you back to the pound tomorrow, said Billy. Do you see it? You see the picture? Walter knew how serious the situation was. He never did see Betty. He'd never see Betty and Billy again. He resolved to hold his farts forever. But he couldn't go to sleep. When Betty and Billy fell asleep, he walked down to the kitchen to see if there was anything around to eat. He managed to open the cupboard door with his nose and found the 25-pound bag of low-fart dog biscuits the vet had prescribed for him, which made him fart even more. Oh my goodness, this poor dog. So, I hate to tell you, I bet you guessed, he ate the whole 25-pound bag. He couldn't resist, and it was very tasty, said Walter. And if you hear Copper over there, he's carrying his dog. Come on, bring your dog bowl over. You ready to eat too? See, look. I got a dog bowl here, Copper wants to eat. You can have it when I finish reading, Copper. And then he went and laid down on the sofa. A gigantic gas bubble began to build inside him. This is going to be trouble, he said to himself nervously. He was afraid of what might happen if he let it go. He thought, oh, maybe the house would explode. So he kept it in. It wasn't easy. In fact, it was very painful. Yes, I love you too. Okay, no licking them out. It was torture, but he resolved never to fart again. His future depended upon it. As he lay there with his tail wrapped tightly between his legs, he heard a noise by the window. All right, and here's the noise. Oops, can you see the noise by there? He's wrapped on the couch. All right. You know it's dinner time here, I think, for the dogs. Here we go. He watched it slowly open. A pair of burglars, there's robbers, were coming through the kitchen. They dropped silently into the kitchen. Watch out for the dogs, said the burglar. He won't bite, said the other burglar. He's a wimpy dog. Walter might have bitten them, except he was filled with gas and he was really hurting. So he couldn't move. So they tied a rag around his snout, just like if I tied a little rag around Copper's snout so he couldn't bite. Okay, whispered the first burglar, let's clean out this place. So they went and grabbed all the stuff that they'd taken. They took everything they could get their hands on. Walter wanted to stop them, but he was having unbearable gas pains. He rolled on his back and he waved his paws in the air and he gnashed his teeth. "We've got it all," said the second burglar. "Let's go." So they're getting ready to escape. What do you think? Is Walter going to save the day? What do you think, Copper? Is Walter going to save the day? You're waiting to hear? Okay, let's see if it does. And Sadie, this is about you. Okay, hold on. That's when Walter let it fly. And you know what I mean when he said let it fly. It was the worst part of his life. It made a tremendous noise, and it shot him clean across the room. Yes, it did. Hey, that's not nice. A hideous cloud filled the air. The burglars clutched their throat. Oh, they couldn't breathe. They were unable to breathe. They're gasping for air. With tears in their eyes, they raced for the window. They tried to grab their bags with all the valuables, but their arms were too weak. Let's get out of here. Yeah, that's what they said, but they couldn't breathe. Yep, I'm almost done. Let's finish the story so they'll know the ending of it, okay? Oh, I didn't show you the picture? Okay. Copper just reminded me I did not show you the picture of this. So here we go. There's where he shot it, zoomed across the room, and then they were trying to escape. Do you think they got away? Let's see what happens to them. Think Walter finds a new home? They jumped out of the window and ran up the block, choking and gasping for air, still blinded by Walter's attack. They stepped into the headlights of an approaching car. And guess what kind of car it was? What kind? Yes, it was. It was a cop car. They were arrested. Oh, turn the pages. When Father and Mother came down the next morning, they found the open window and they saw the bag with all their valuables. And Walter was sitting right beside it. He still had the rag tied around his snout. You have to say he looks heroic. He saved the silverware, said Mom. He saved the VCR, said Father. Good dog, Walter. You're our dog, even if you do fart all the time. So, Walter is a hero. And so the family learned to live with Walter, the hero dog, and that is the end of our tale. I hope you enjoyed this book. Again, this book is about Sadie, my flatulent dog, and she is a heroic dog also, and we love her. And do you know what time it is? Copper, what time is it? What time is it? Copper said, it's dinner time. So we have to go feed the dogs. I hope you enjoyed the story. I look forward to reading a book or maybe doing a cooking lessons with you. I'm going to try to upload this video so you get to see or hear different stories. Welcome to my home and welcome to Sadie and Copper. Copper, you want to say goodbye? Sadie, say bye. Say bye. And Copper says, I don't know what Copper. Copper is a love dog. He thinks he's a Chihuahua. Anyhow, I will see you next time at my house for reading. See you next time. Bye. All right, we're going to go get food. Up. I need to stop recording, guys. Help me out here. Let's see. Stop.